India's main opposition Congress party has accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government of using the tax department to starve them of finances.
All our bank accounts have been frozen. We can do no campaign work. We cannot support our workers. We cannot support our candidates. Our leaders cannot fly from one part of the country to the other. Forget fly. They can't take a railway train.
This issue affects not just the Indian National Congress. It impacts our democracy itself most fundamentally. A systematic effort is underway by the Prime Minister to cripple the Indian National Congress financially.
The frozen accounts contain more than $25 million. The funds were locked up last month over claims that the party was late in filing its tax returns. And the move comes ahead of general elections that are due to take place in 7 phases starting next month. Opinion polls predict a win for the BJP and its allies for a rare consecutive third term in power. Now for more, Priyata Brajabasi joins us. She's live for us in New Delhi. Priyata, how has the BJP responded to the allegations of these frozen Congress party accounts, and what impact will this have in the upcoming elections?
Right. India's biggest opposition party, the Indian National Congress, held a rare joint press briefing, which was attended by the top brass of the Congress party, including Sonia Gandhi, who is the former president of the party. She's also considered the matriarch of the Congress party. Her son Rahul Gandhi, who's considered the main opposition leader in the country, amongst other big Congress leaders. And they accused the Narendra Modi government of using federal machinery to crack down on the opposition, in this case the Congress party, by freezing their bank accounts over alleged tax fraud and tax violations. The BJP has responded to these allegations made by the Congress party. They've said that this is nothing but an alibi being used by the Congress party ahead of their imminent defeat in the general elections, which are upcoming in a few weeks. Now, Rahul Gandhi said that because their bank accounts have been frozen, they are not being able to campaign, they are not being able to put out ads, they're not being able to support their leaders and their candidates, and not even support the travel of their candidates from one place to another in the country. And he said that this is impacting their campaign, and it's also preventing a level playing field ahead of the elections. Interestingly, he also said that one of the recent tax notices that the Congress party received from the Income Tax Department was from accounts filed 30 years ago, from the financial year 1994-1995. He said that this was a criminal act by the Narendra Modi government against the Congress party. Now, Sonia Gandhi, who has been away from the limelight for a few years, she made that rare appearance today, and she said that this was a systematic effort by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to cripple the Congress's finances. And even the Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge, he accused the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party of using federal machinery like the Income Tax Department, the Enforcement Directorate, which is India's financial investigative agency, and even the Election Commission, and even the media, of trying to boycott Congress's campaign ahead of the general elections.
Meantime, Priyata, the State Bank of India has submitted details of electoral bonds linking donors and political parties. What do we know about this?
Right, one of the biggest developments to have happened in the country ahead of the elections has been the scrapping of the electoral bond scheme by the Supreme Court. Of course, the electoral bond scheme was a political funding scheme in which the donors could remain anonymous and could donate unlimited amounts of money to political parties. And since the scrapping of this scheme by the Supreme Court, where they called it unconstitutional and directed the State Bank of India, which was the bank that was issuing these these electoral bonds to disclose all information related to the scheme. A lot of information has come to the public domain, including that Prime Minister Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party benefited the most from the electoral bond scheme. More than 50% of all donations received via this scheme in the last 5 years went to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, the information that is not available to the public right now is that link between the donors and the political parties. That is to say, which donor donated to which political party. Now, that information, the State Bank of India, after being repeatedly rapped by the Supreme Court, has disclosed to the Election Commission of India today, just a few hours ago, and it is expected that that information will be available on the website of the Election Commission of India. There are other important aspects that have also come to light. One of them is that India's top companies are also on the list of the top donors that have donated via electoral bonds. And another interesting aspect that is being reported widely by the Indian media is that there are these companies, many of these companies that feature on that donor list are companies that were being investigated by federal as well as state investigative agencies at the time of their donation. Of course, the Bharatiya Janata Party government has said that all of these allegations that have come to light are baseless, and even the companies that have been mentioned in this list have not come out publicly and addressed these allegations.
Priyata, thank you for that. Priyata Brajabasi there, live for us in New Delhi.